Fumi K presents 12 Signs of a High-Functioning Amberlynn Reid Addict. The term high-functioning addict sounds contradictory. How can anyone function well and be an Amberlynn Reid addict at the same time? Yet, this is exactly the definition of someone who is a high-functioning addict. This is a person who holds a steady job, dresses well, and can socialize without drawing attention to his or her ALR problem. On the outside, they appear to have everything under control. However, these outside perceptions all hide the truth that they are actually struggling with an addiction to viewing Amberlynn Reid videos. High-functioning ALR addicts are difficult to discern and deal with because the way they see it, if the world doesn't see they have a problem, it doesn't exist. In other words, if they're doing well financially or feel that they are seen as happy and successful, they are fine. High-functioning addicts find it difficult to admit that they have a problem. Here are some telltale signs that someone you know may be a high-functioning Amberlynn Reid addict. Number 1. Impose limits on their Amberlynn viewing activities. You might have witnessed this one before, probably with friends. A high-functioning addict may impose limits on their online activities. You may hear them say something like, "I'm only watching one Big Al video tonight." This kind of limitation can be helpful for preventing abuse or binge watching, but highly functioning addicts impose limits in an attempt to convince themselves that they're in control of their hating behavior. Number 2. Binge watching Amberlynn Reid when not intending to. The high-functioning addict doesn't set out to overload their senses with a whole lot of Big Al. This person believes that witnessing ALR videos doesn't affect their behavior. They believe that they've got it under control. But what often happens, particularly if this self-deception goes on for some time, is that they go on a binge. They binge watch even though they don't intend to. One video is never all there is. It always leads to more, until it's past the point of no return.
Number 3. A change in friends. Much like others who struggle with ALR addiction, the high-functioning addict's circle of friends may change. They may surround themselves with people who watch Amberlynn's videos on a regular basis and will subscribe to other Amberlynn React channels and other social media groups. For the high-functioning addict, they often pride themselves on the fact that they also watch other channels, perhaps beauty or fashion channels, but in any situation where there is Amberlynn, they are right in the middle of the action. Number 4. Engage in risky behavior. Unconcerned about how their continued addiction affects others, the high-functioning addict engages in increasingly risky behavior. For example, they may watch a reaction video, get emotionally affected by Al's consistent deceptions, and then get behind the wheel and drive, putting countless others in danger. It's likely that they'll get involved in things like risky encounters under the sheets, getting into fights, watching YouTube videos while taking care of children, and so on.
Number 5. Isolate themselves. This sign is harder to notice than others. While in social settings, a high-functioning Amberlynn addict could be outgoing and sociable, but behind closed doors, they simply want to be alone. When they're not engaged in their social responsibilities, such as work or parties, they spend their time holed up in an internet cafe or quietly binge-watching Amberlynn Reid at home. In fact, a high-functioning addict may even forbid people from being in their home because they don't want to expose Amberlynn's behavior to others.
Number 6. Become irritable without Amberlynn Reid's uploads. Psychologically, an addict depends on the promises that Amberlynn makes to her viewers. High-functioning addicts generally feel like they understand Amberlynn's weight loss journey and really wish that she'd succeed, but as soon as it ends, they find themselves feeling uncomfortable. They experience symptoms such as anxiety and increased irritability, and know in their core that it was all just pretend, and that she never means what she says. Number 7. An expert in denial. Even when an addict consumes Amberlynn's videos in excessive amounts, they never admit if there's a serious issue with it. They will stay away from such conversations and are unwilling to discuss their addiction with anyone. Because addicts don't want to lose their favorite hated YouTuber, they don't admit that they have a problem. They try to deny the reality, and they lie when asked about their habits. Number 8. Quick to anger. It's pretty much impossible to confront a high-functioning Amberlynn addict about their viewing habits on the spot without getting a negative reaction. When they are challenged about their problem, they will often lash back with an angry verbal outburst. Number 9. Hide their viewing history. According to the experts, hiding these activities is a major sign of Amberlynn Reid addiction. A high-functioning addict will usually keep their favorite links in a secret place. They don't want others to see this for various reasons, so they try to keep ALR away from the eyes of other people. As I mentioned earlier, when they're at home, they usually watch those videos alone in secret when no one can see them. Number 10. Prefer watching videos over eating. Choosing a video over a delicious meal may seem incomprehensible to a sane person, but to an Amberlynn addict, it sounds like a really good compromise. Those with a serious problem will sometimes use videos to replace food. Perhaps this is something Amberlynn herself would benefit from. Number 11. Separate sections of their life. The high-functioning Amberlynn addict is a master of compartmentalizing their life. On one hand, they have their everyday normal life. On the other hand, they have their ALR life, where they could be a completely different person. They go to great lengths to ensure that these two different lives don't intersect. Number 12. Failed attempts at quitting. Like others who struggle with watching too many Amberlynn videos, the high-functioning addict has more than likely made several attempts to quit watching on their own. Unfortunately, left to their own devices, they return to watching after a short period, and they basically pick up where they left off as soon as Big Al uploads a new video. While contemplating about quitting triggers at least some form of deeper thinking into their issues, the high-functioning addict will continue to view and rationalize it by pointing out that it hasn't affected their personal or professional life. High-functioning addicts may seem to have it all going on the outside, but this does not mean that they aren't experiencing significant personal or professional problems in reality. Being in a relationship with or being under the care of a high-functioning Amberlynn Reid addict can exert serious psychological and emotional damage. Furthermore, the ability to function after consuming a dose of Amberlynn Reid videos does not limit the impact that regular viewing has on the brain. Nevertheless, with the right kind of treatment, one can successfully withdraw from Amberlynn Reid's channel and get back to living a normal, happy, healthy life. Do you have someone in your life who is a high-functioning Amberlynn addict? Have you offered any help? If so, how did you approach them? And how did it go? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out my other videos too. Ciao.